this heat, I managed for 3 days, so I'm very happy on that particular match. We played at the Premdas Stadium. A lot of expectation the last day to get the big 360, but I couldn't get it. But I'm very happy to get that 340.
It's been a quiet morning so far from Jazz Surya in particular, who's got a reputation for bowling.
When I'm getting in, so what I do is basically I take less risk and the game. So you might go the game. So I have not changed a big way of my batting plan, but if I got 50 or 100, I'll try and get a big 100 or 300. That's what I was planning.
Look at his record. He stayed at the crease.
Oh, look, I wouldn't mind getting a 100 in Test cricket and being called slugger. I'd be comfortable with that. I think he can be pretty relaxed with what he's achieved. I mean, he's a very good player. He's certainly a lot better than a slugger.
At the end of the day, you got to look at the record in England. You have to give the credit to him.
It's a slugger. You don't hang around for very long. Get this bad as played. I don't know how many test matches he played. Vast number of test matches, vast number of one-day games. Good, consistent success.
Big point. It looks as though he's hungry for some more runs. Wow. Beautifully placed again. Fantastic batting this is. That'll bring up the 200 partnership between Jayasuriya and De Silva.
You post 500 on the board for a spinner. You don't lose too many test matches. Well, we posted 500. Very close to it. And got turned over and lost plenty of time to go. You literally couldn't bowl to him because, you know, Angus Fraser, probably the most accurate bowler in my time in cricket. It can bowl all balls in the same and hit the ball in 40 places. That good, dangerous.
They all were cross because I think Aravind also going up. So I think they were really disappointed the way we batted. Every session we got 100 runs. So I think it's not easy for them to keep them 20 runs in one session or 60 runs in one session. They have been going over 100 runs most of the session.
I think that was the most frightening show of his was the fact that he could cut over back with .6. And he fearlessly went up to the ball. He didn't worry about where you approached your fielders. He just backed himself either to hit hard enough to get it over the fielders or even the boundary on occasion.
It's not a case of looking at the boundary every ball. It's a case of knowing where your areas are, knowing what your strengths are and playing to those strengths.
You bowl the same as you do everyone. You're trying to bowl that perfect delivery. The problem with him is that if you didn't quite get that right, it came to the boundary. It's good because he's looking so positive, looking to get after the cover. But he's rather good and he's likely to whack that over it cover as well.
He's been awesome to job. I mean, he's been someone opposition bowlers to bowl to. So you really, I mean, it's cricketers like him that make this game what it is.
Goodness me, that is huge.
It's become an entertainment because of people like Sanath Jayasuriya.
I think if you look at some of these players who are playing in current era, I think the successful players are guys who are a little bit unorthodox and not perfect in their technique. Because I think the bowlers have learned to bowl to batsmen who are technically correct. And they bowl that channel, and if someone comes and attacks the channel, they just loses it a bit.
I mean, he's just a special talent. And you want match winners. You want match winners in your team. And, you know, the way he plays, you just take the game away from you at the pace he scores.
I think what I have done for my Sri Lanka cricket, they will always remember. So whenever the time is come, I always say I have done my part, and I will go with respect, and what I want is to Sri Lanka cricket to go on the right direction. So what I want when I go, the right people come to the team and go ahead and do the right thing for Sri Lanka cricket.
Well, there's his career record then so far. We have to make that point. He did retire from Test match cricket just a few weeks ago, but he's back in the squad at the moment. And of course there's the one-day internationals to come as well just after this Test series here in England. But it's a very, very fine record, just averaging 41.59 in Test matches. And the third is there in one-day internationals. Now we've got Nasser and Aravinda with me. Aravinda, he's obviously a major figure, almost in the history, still playing, but almost in the history of Sri Lankan cricket. How highly do you rate him?
I rate him very high. I think he's been an explosive and disruptive player for Sri Lanka, and he's changed the entire context of one-day cricket, mainly batting top of the order, and the way he bats really have changed the entire look system of one-day cricket, basically. And that first 15 overs where the field restriction implies, I think that is the time he's been most effective and had been very, very valuable for Sri Lanka.
Now, so the point about that is that other sides, other countries have tried pinch hitters, i.e. people have been promoted up the order with big bats to try and do the same sort of thing. But he was the genuine opening batsman who rather set the tone. I mean, was in the right position at the right time.
Yeah, there's two types, isn't there? There's the lad that opened it with him in the '96 World Cup, Kalu Tharana, who was a pinch hitter, keeper, pushed up, play as many shots, whereas Jayasuriya, Gilchrist, a genuine batsman who averaged 45, 50 in Test match cricket, and they are doubly dangerous because as an opposition captain you can work out in the end how to bowl with Kalu or Mark Elam, who you promoted up as an England player, or whoever. But with Jayasuriya, I don't think anyone in the end really worked out, because of the point that Alex Stewart made about Angus Fraser. You can try and lock him off. His main area of hitting was through the offside. You try and lock that off. Well, first thing he does, sometimes he goes for 6 over there. You don't have any fielders in the crowd. And then secondly, Gough or someone will bowl the perfect ball as a captain you'd want, and he'd flick it over the leg side for 4 or 6. He had wrists that were unbelievable, still has wrists that are unbelievable, and his V is there. Yeah. It's not the traditional V there. You can cover that area. His V is there, and in 15 overs, when you're only allowed 2 fielders out, whatever, as a captain, absolute nightmare.
Yeah, worth making the point also that fine as he was as a one-day international player, I mean, the Test match record is better, isn't it?
Yes, I think initially he struggled because he batted down the order. And one particular innings in Australia which really changed his career. At Adelaide he made 100, and that's really took off his career from there onwards. I remember when he started, he struggled against spin, batting low down in the order, because that's when the ball started to spin, he really, really struggled. And later on, going earlier on in the batting order, gave him enough time to really settle down, and by the time the spinners came on, he was well set to really take on the spinners.
As they said in the piece, any man who gets 300 in a Test match is a mighty fine player, and he's certainly done that. So hats off, tributes to Sanath Jayasuriya. Now let's get back to the game of progress here in Birmingham. The state of play, just to remind you about that, is this. Sri Lanka, 141 bowled out yesterday at tea time. England since then have gone on to establish a lead now of 52. They've still got 6 wickets in hand, and they've still got Kevin Peterson there on 65 not out. Yes, Sanath Jayasuriya, an intimidating player. Kevin Peterson more so. So he is the key to England's performance this afternoon. We can get some more on him now from our third man today, Michael Atherton.